Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Throwdown, Giant Bomb's live weekly multiplayer show. I'm Ryan Davis, and have we got a special show in store for you today. Joining me on the couch today, we've got Brad Shoemaker and Visceral Games' Dino Ignacio. Dino!
Hey! How's it going,
Dude,
sir?
so good to see you. We haven't seen you since E3.
It's been forever.
And you have been a busy little bee working on Dead Space 2.
Dead Space 2, yes.
Which just came out this week. Brad, you reviewed it. We got a full review and a video review up on the site. And because you gave it such a glowing review, we were able to con Dino into coming down to the studio.
No, but that being said, thank you so much for being so kind. The team is so happy.
You guys did the work, you know.
I'm not putting up with 2 hours of aw shucks. All right, we're here to gut necromorphs.
I'll be completely honest. It was one of the reviews that the team was very scared about. Like they knew,
really,
through and through, like you guys give very critical scores, and we're like, oh, you know, we're like waiting for the giant bomb one to come in, and we're like so scared. Like, what are they gonna say? What are they gonna say?
Did you guys read what I said about the first one?
No,
that was pretty positive.
No,
too.
It is, but still, you guys didn't really like.
Know, right? I'm sure you never know.
You guys didn't like Extraction too much.
All right, guys, guts. Let's get to guts here. We've got Dead Space 2 on both the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. We're actually going to jump off on the PS3. But before we even do that, I just wanted to tease, we have 2 Dead Space 2 prize packages, including... What's that?
Prize pack.
That's what did I say?
I was echoing prize pack.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you were correcting me. You're going to get limited edition Dead Space 2 from PS3. That comes with Dead Space Extraction on the disc. That was the Wii game, the crazy rail shooter, in there, and it's move supported.
It's not a bad game, yeah, it's pretty good.
It comes
That's in there on the disc, limited
Yeah.
edition.
Yeah, HD.
All of them are limited edition, apparently, because that's how EA
That's-
rolls.
Yeah.
Blu-ray of Dead Space Aftermath. This is the second animated Dead Space
Indeed.
feature.
Yes.
Direct to DVD or direct to Blu-ray, I guess. And Dead Space Martyr. This is a really thick book.
That's a good book. I read that book and I'm pretty happy with it.
That stays true to the spirit as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, and then, what it does is that it gives you backstory of what happens on Earth when they found the first ever marker. And if you're a big fan of the game, this gives you insight on Altman and that whole backstory. It's pretty cool.
Well, it seems like if you're not a fan now, you will be after you win one of these prize packages. We're going to be giving away 2 of these over the course of the show. But before we do any of that, Brad, let's go kill some shit.
Try to shoot some things.
Let's shoot some things. We've got PS3 up. We've got our party of 4. So as best we could figure, we can group up with 4 and then jump into a game, and then maybe try and squeeze a few others in there.
Maybe, or we might just take on the internet.
It might just be Giant Bomb versus the world.
It seems like that might be the case. I'll see if I can get a couple more people in here before it fills up. But
let's cut to the quick here.
Seems like a lot of people are playing this. Even like 10, 11 o'clock this morning, I was testing some stuff, and it was just like games were filling up immediately. You know.
Well, I mean, I feel like Dead Space 2 is definitely hitting a spot in the calendar where there's not a huge amount of competition, like really in either the single player or multiplayer spaces. So. Having a little connectivity issues because so many people are trying to play Dead Space. You know what? I have thus far completely failed to mention that we have none other than Jeff Gerstmann
in space.
Space Jeff Gerstmann.
Ready to take your questions from the chat.
I'm in space.
He has his Space Uncola, his space laptop.
I'm in space, guys. It's cold.
It's cold.
Is it deadly?
Not yet, but who can say?
Is it you? Can you say?
I can say. Yeah. It's all right.
Do we have any questions thus far from the chat? Anything for my man Dino? Just so folks know, Dino. Well, actually, why don't you describe what you were responsible for in Dead Space 2?
So I'm the UI lead for the game, which means the user interface. I help build the user interface. I lead the team that gets it done, and that's everything from the press start button to the menus in the front of the game to the little holograms you see when Isaac opens his inventory.
So you're responsible for this?
The twiddle, yes. That is very, very much my fault.
That's all you, huh?
That's all me.
I just want to ballpark how many arguments about fonts.
Oh, lots.
Yeah.
Like so.
What do you know about kerning?
I know lots about kerning, and you know what I've learned a lot of this time around is Cyrillic.
Yeah.
And
Really?
and French characters and Russian characters.
Ah,
I hate
okay.
them, but I had to make them.
So I guess you guys probably localized all the like the in-game holographic stuff, right?
Yes.
Like was that a big pain in the ass?
That was a big-
Stuff seems pretty highly technical.
It is very technical, and the bottom line is like in the first game, we paid very little attention to the font outside of the U.S. version.
Yeah.
And so once the game was translated to Russian, it had like Times Roman and really ugly
Oh,
fonts.
just stuff just looked.
And
You
it was
didn't have any Comic Sans in there, did you?
no Comic Sans, but this time around, all the fonts,
The most terrifying font of them all.
all the fonts are like authentic to Dead Space in every language,
Comic
and we made
Sans
it.
is like the evil clown of the font world.
It is the evil clown of the font
Now,
world.
did you have any hand then in the creation of like the fake alien language as far as the look of that?
Yes. Well, no. So the original look and feel of the really simplified one was there when I came in, but
Okay.
making it an actual font and like having it to be an actual font in the game, that was me. My
Oh, like
work.
actually translating it and
Yeah.
awesome,
So-
awesome.
That was really fun.
Brad,
I apologize. We've got some firewall issues here.
Huh.
It says firewall incompatibilities between party members.
Oh no.
So open your NAT, people.
Open your nets.
Yeah, some members.
we
of
were
your-
getting into games earlier.
Everything
so
was fine earlier.
Yeah.
Some members of your group might not be able to connect with each other due to a firewall conflict.
Oh.
Somebody go to support.ea.com. Well, while we
guess
sort
I'm
this
gonna-
out, Jeff
turn, yeah.
Gershman, how go things in the chat?
Oh, it's going super fast over here. It's just whooshing by. I'm pulling questions out wherever I can, but it's kind of hard here. So I'm missing some names here and there. But Pyromaster22 wants to know, Dino, like, what other game UIs are you into? Is there other stuff out there that
That's a great
just
question.
kind of grabbed
question.
you lately and made you kind of take notice?
I'm a big fan of immersive like UI. So obviously, Heavy Rain was one of my last favorite games to play. That was really well done. And then I don't know why, but like I'm really obsessed with like Super Meat Boy right now. I like the UI in that game. It's like very simple and quirky. Let's see, what else of recent did I really like? I'm drawing a blank.
But it seems like you go for like there's the elegant integration, but then also just something
Just
real raw,
real raw.
just with a certain amount of
Like-
style.
Like either like be explicit about it
Yeah.
or just make it really quiet and like subdued. Like those
Yeah.
are two things I really like. What was this game that I'm drawing a blank right now. I'm really sorry.
Now I don't want you to cause any trouble here. Hey, we got into a game.
Wait,
Game.
look, it's a game.
Exciting.
Invite friends. Oh no, you can't invite friends. All right,
Oh, those are friends.
15 seconds.
I threw so many invites out there that I think this might all be all friends at
Oh,
this point.
great, terrific.
RoboCopper is here.
I don't want to start any mess here, Dino. But is there any game UI that you've seen that you just went ah?
Oh, no, I don't think I want to answer
Okay,
that
fair
one.
enough,
I'd rather
fair
not,
enough.
because, you know,
Man's got to work.
yeah.
I get it. Mortgage don't pay itself.
No, it does not. I don't want to make enemies, you know?
No.
Like, people are just all trying to make a
That's
living.
what we're here for. Is to make enemies. We're here to say things like, "Oh, you mean Gran Turismo 5?"
Good one. Good pull. I couldn't actually even think of anything off the top of my head.
Well, that's kind of been a recurring question. I think people are trying to bait the guests.
So,
Oh,
Hey, ask him what he
you
thinks
know
of
what?
Gran
I'll say
Turismo.
something. I'm trying to enjoy DC Universe Online right now, and the UI is getting in the way of my fun. It's just really clunky and heavy to load, but it's a
what
fun
platform
game.
are you playing it on?
I'm playing it on PS3.
Yeah.
Is that the problem? Or
I don't think so. I don't know.
is the PC version any more?
Well, I
elegant?
mean, you know, I think mouse and keyboard helps a little bit there, but
Playing on both sides of things that people on the PC complain that it looks like a PS3 port, and people on the PS3 complain that it's too much like a PC port.
so good.
It does. It does.
Okay, we're in.
It's a fine looking game.
I just want to say, like, other than the level that was included in the multiplayer demo beta that came out, I haven't seen any of the levels in this
Get it off.
multiplayer, and this
Get
looks.
it off.
So the biggest misconception was that people kept saying in the forums that
Oh.
building multiplayer will take away from the main game.
Right.
But no, there was we strategically put like some really senior people that were part of Dead Space 1 on the environment for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
But we didn't like take all those assets away, so there was a good distribution of like people on this part of the game. And I must say, it worked out. Like, we didn't take away from the main game at all. I think there was a solid team on this one.
Was there much crossover between those two teams, or was it pretty?
So the single player was ahead in production by quite a bit. So what was happening was textures were being borrowed,
Okay.
some set pieces were being borrowed.
Sure.
Oh.
But in terms of people who were on this team stuck on this team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Vinny, can we get the studio sound down a little bit?
Oh, this is about to go real bad.
Oh no.
Oh.
Iced.
Yeah. My team kind of abandoned me on that one, unfortunately. You really, as a human,
It's all about the team.
yeah, you really have to stick together as a team, as the humans in this, because
Wait, hold on. Back up. I love this room.
I can't leave them behind though.
I love this room.
Doesn't this remind you of like Blade Runner or
This reminds me of
Windows Vista?
Sunshine.
Oh, Sunshine? Yep, it's got that feel.
But yeah, love that room. That's awesome.
That's also those holograms are borrowed from, I think, like the solar array station
Yeah,
in
that's
the full game.
beginning of chapter 7. I've played this game a few times.
Babies are jerks.
Yeah,
Now,
they are.
Dino,
Hey,
let's talk about demon babies.
demon babies. Yes, pretty awesome, right?
I feel like they work better here. I have not always loved Visceral's implementation of demon babies.
Yeah, and yes, and we've talked about this before. There were some demon babies in Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, there were.
I think we figured the right amount of creepiness, and they work very well here. I think the execution is a lot better. They come at you and they're like that scary toddler stage.
You know what? I think it's because they are more toddler and less like infant.
That being said, we do have infants in this game. I don't know if you've seen
True.
them,
Oh no!
but
Never gonna sleep. Oh, in half.
Yep.
oh,
Gutted on that one.
Possible to get just a hair of game audio control room?
No.
No? Nothing?
No.
There's nothing?
Now you've pissed off Vinny. Now he's going to turn off the TV. So, Dino, any pro tips here for Bradley playing as the humans other than
stick
don't
with your
die?
team and
Yeah.
make sure you're there for team health heal.
Wait, what is that about?
So you know that if you're standing beside your teammate and you heal all of them.
Oh, I did not know that.
So it's important to have your headset
That is good
and
to
be
know.
like heal, and you all cluster together
Right,
and heal each
okay.
other. Because you're wasting a heal anyway, you better heal everyone.
Right.
That's a pro tip.
So, I mean, you mentioned Blade Runner earlier, and, there's clearly a certain amount of John Carpenter's thing
Yes, definitely.
throughout all of
Dead Space.
Were there any, like, specific kind of inspirations that you were pulling from development on this one?
For the UI, we were looking at a lot of Sid Mead's work in Blade Runner. I'm a big fan of the Saul Bass motion graphics work.
Oh, yeah.
I know it doesn't show us much, but then in terms of kinetic motion, we're always looking at making things move.
I mean, it
make
doesn't
sure-
always have to be just like jaunty fonts and little Art Deco abstract characters.
Yeah.
Like you can just.
It's all about we were taking what the takeaway from all that was the amount of movement and
Right.
the even though it's just UI, it's actually we're treating it like an actor and it's got a personality. So if it's a switch that's supposed to be very important, it moves more arrogantly than a switch that isn't.
Sure.
I know that seems really abstract and Berkeley sounding, but I mean it. Like, there was a lot of attention to the way things sort of open up and close, depending on how important they are.
Well, bottom of the barrel, Brad. Good
This is,
job there, first round.
TV.
For a lot of the Necro UI, this is something really new for Dead Space 2.
Yeah,
We
you
didn't
guys
have this
any
at
of
all.
this stuff before.
Yeah.
And so we had to think about this a lot. There were a lot of times when we had to go back to the drawing board. We're trying to figure out, so if for the human side, it's all technology and everything's floating in space, and it's all holograms, how could we make a Necro version of that? So the first thing we had to think about was how do we make an organic version of the holograms? And what we came up with was that since the necromorphs were listening to a hive mind, that everything must be going on in their brain, and if things were going to be coming in visually, we started thinking about what it looked like when you rub your eyes in front of the sun and you see splotches and stuff.
Yep.
That was the inspiration for this. We did a lot of eye rubbing. We did a lot of rubbing to get to this, as you can see. There's a lot of like splotches and squigglies like that.
I really love one of my favorite touches here in the multiplayer is when you're playing as the necromorphs, when you see the circulatory system.
Or the kind of the nervous system, it looks like.
Yeah.
It was a really fine touch. We're trying to figure out a way for you to see, or for them to have a little bit more advantage. They die a lot faster, so
Right.
and they don't have a locator, so that was the closest thing we could do to a locator for them.
Take it!
Jeff, how's the chat banging?
It is banging quickly and intensely.
Wow.
You throttle it.
Oh, it's throttled, man.
Okay.
But it's going.
It's still going. People
It's
are
all
excited about the Dead Space.
I'm pulling a lot of questions about like UI stuff. People are really interested in kind of the work that goes on behind that. And
Yes.
Chad just wants to know, do you find it frustrating to have to consider standard definition TVs still? Are we finally past that, or?
It is very frustrating because, so here's, not to get overly technical about this, but the two things that always battle for UI is localization and standard def. By that I mean, localization makes everything in English twice as long, right? In German, everything's twice as long.
Right.
And so we have to make things a little smaller so things fit. And then on the other side of that, because things need to be standard def, they can't be too small. So there's always a push and pull for UI to both be big enough to be read in standard def and small enough to be translated to German. And it is a big problem. It is annoying, and I wish people would just buy HD TVs now.
I was going to say, like the craziest part of all this is it seems like that is a lot of headache for what has to be a real minority of the audience. Most people are going to play this in English, in high def.
But you have to like make sure everyone can play it, and it is a big problem.
Much better.
Man,
But
shut
at the
those
same
guys
time,
down.
it's
That
an
one dude
unsung,
did 75. That's not very good at all.
it's the unsung hero of like game design, like localization and like making it standard def friendly, and it's a bitch. It is. Hate it.
Oh, and whenever a game doesn't, like whenever UI doesn't work right in standard def, you always hear about it immediately.
Yeah.
Capcom has definitely been burned more than once on that. Are we gonna, Brad? We want to switch up maps here?
Yeah, we should be moving on to another map here.
All right. Were you
can
thinking about?
You can get it cycles maps.
Okay.
I don't want to cycle people out yet because of those firewall issues. We've got a game working here. Let's stick with
to
it
that.
for
Okay.
one more map. But you can see some of the progression stuff here.
Oh, great! Yeah, let's cut to this here.
It's kind of typical scoring. You get scored on how well you did, and then whether your team won or not. And you level up. You got the progress bar there.
It's a
already
fresh
have
character,
level.
huh?
Yeah, so close to level 2 off of one match basically. I haven't done any of this yet, but I guess you get new weapons on the human side.
And then, pro tip: if you actually know unitology,
can you actually read that stuff?
that's
You translate?
actually the
You
word.
guys hire a linguist to make a language or something?
Well, no. So it's really just a one-for-one
Just like
ABC.
a real basic cipher.
Yeah, it's a basic cipher.
Yeah.
So those are the actual names of the guns hidden in
Okay,
there. So
okay.
if you're clever, you'll know what's next.
All right, fuel core. What can you tell us about fuel core?
Oh, fuel core. It's pretty.
The UI on it is
UI,
great.
no.
Fonts are amazing.
Let's get into the map. It's a very pretty map.
All these maps, there's 5 maps in the game. I think they're all based on parts of the storyline, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they are.
Just different areas of sprawl,
Okay, so is
Titan
this?
Station.
I mean, is it sort of like themed after certain parts of the game, or is it like carved out of?
I think it's kind of
levels?
taken from, like, you'll recognize some of the areas, but I
They're
think there's some
slightly
original
modified
stuff.
to work for multiplayer. You got to understand, like, we can't stream stuff in the same way we do in the full game.
Right.
So this has to work in a different way, and also they're structured in such a way that they'll work for multiplayer gameplay.
Yeah, kind of
So-
streamlined for playability too.
And it was. I mean, as you can see, despite the fact that it's for multiplayer, the lighting's pretty good. The textures are coming out pretty well, and poly counts are really good.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So,
All right, finish up that. Oh God!
Oh God!
Monsters!
Look, pretty die.
I'm just glad I got the Switch off. I mean, that's the flow of multiplayer. It's objective based. So humans are kind of like step by step pushing buttons and carrying.
Right. I guess we haven't really talked about what you're actually trying to do here.
Carrying data cores to goals and stuff like that. It's all objective based, and the monsters, necromorphs, just trying to stop them.
Monsters are just
This
monsters.
is like basically you're following the story of the security squad who were trying to protect the sprawl, probably before Isaac got there because there was an outbreak.
Yeah.
And that's how the game starts.
Oh, not my head. Oh,
Poor guy.
So does this take place before the downloadable game?
this would be during
Probably
the downloadable
around.
game.
During the downloadable game.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you played the iPod, the iOS game at all? Any?
Oh, so I downloaded the iPad game last night.
Yeah.
And I'm just past the tutorial-y bit.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I was thinking about buying that thing just because of that suit you guys locked up in there.
It's a
I feel the need to get everything for this game.
Thank you. The iPad game's actually very well done. They, Iron Monkey, which is the developer that built it for us, they were kind enough to keep sending us like builds of it to look at through the process and taking suggestions and taking UI cues from us, and it came out really well.
Cool.
I'm really happy with it. The experience is very different in the sense that, obviously you're swiping and you're using your fingers,
Sure.
but it looks like Dead Space, and there are some scary bits in there. It feels. Oh, and pro tip: if you do play it, headphones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it just.
Are there like better? Like there's good sound
There's
cues.
good sound cues in there, and you might get lost if you're just playing it like this.
Okay.
So, I like it a lot. I just realized I said pro tip like 3 times in this, and I'm gonna stop
Okay,
saying that.
You're pro. You're
pro.
gonna
No.
give tips. Pro tips.
No, I'll stop saying it. It seems so cocky.
Jeff, any
Because I'm
pro
not-
tips from the chat?
I've got some professional questions.
Okay. People are
over
looking
here.
for pro tips.
Yes, people looking for pro tips. Like Sounds UK wants to know, and this is for all you guys that have seen this stuff. Like, what platform for Dead Space 2 would be the best? And actually, I guess do the platform differences impact your job at all with any kind of UI design stuff? Do you have to think about, well, this version's going to be controlled primarily with a mouse. We have to make sure that works. Or is that? I mean, are we really just talking about like one main menu and not much else?
So for the most part, I'll be completely honest. The studio, Visual Studio here in Redwood City, focuses on the development of the main 2 platforms. And the PC we sort of is being developed in the Visceral in Melbourne. So what happens is I interface with that team a lot, but then I'm not testing the game as much as I am on the main 2 ones.
Have you seen the PC version?
Yes.
Now?
Yep. I have. It actually runs pretty smoothly, much more so than the consoles, it seems.
You guys didn't do a day and date for the first one. You didn't do a PC version at all, did you?
Yeah, there's a PC.
Oh,
There's a
there
PC
was.
version. Yep.
This one seems to be being received a lot better on the PC than the first one. Seems like you guys must have put a lot more work into the controls, like you
Yeah,
said.
it's a lot.
You have a monster on
These
you.
guys should stop jumping on me so I can press some switches.
God, F off. They are not
Where
going to
is
let
my
that
weapon?
happen.
Where's my
To
team?
answer your other question
Away
on
from your team.
what's a better platform to play it in, I can't answer that. I really
it's-
can't.
Seems
Get the PS3 one. It's got the most stuff in it.
Oh yeah,
If you're gonna,
bang
if
for
you're,
the buck.
I guess if you've got the split, because you're going to get Dead Space Extraction.
that's
on
all.
the
That's,
PS3
that's all
version.
other things being equal. If you don't have like friends on a specific console you want to play with.
Yeah.
If you have an older PC that's not going to be, you're not going to be able to uncap and get that high frame rate.
Yeah, I played through both console versions. They're basically identical in terms of frame rate and stuff like that.
Well, it seems to be keeping up pretty well here on PS3.
I'm carrying the data core or the whatever the flag is.
You're
and
carrying
you
the
can't-
getting wasted.
Well, that's the thing. You can't run while you're carrying that thing.
Yeah.
And there was nobody around to save my
I
ass.
would say no fault of your own.
So
And when you're carrying something, you're glowing like a bulb
yeah.
for the necromorphs.
Yeah, so that it's very obvious where you are when you have that thing.
You're like a necromorph snack.
So you got to talk to your teammates and like make sure that they're looking out for you.
He can't, unfortunately. He can talk to us.
Well, they could be streaming the thing.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I'm
10
saying.
seconds later, they'll know
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
needed
great.
to help
Be
him.
healed, but now you're dead.
I showed up. I pushed the button, but it didn't go.
It is so team coordination based, or like team play oriented. playing with like some of the EA guys before this game came out. You know, like Geetos and these guys were in, and it's just like they knew the maps and they were like calling out like, "Oh, go here." Like I'm on this switch, you know, protect me or whatever, and it's like it's kind of crazy how much you can dominate
when you're
really working together like that.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about the teamwork.
So Danny, you worked on the first game as well, and I feel like kind of one of the it's one of the most noteworthy, I think, in part because it's one of the showiest things, but the way the Isaac's like hologram interface stuff works, it just, you know, it's a great hallmark for Dead Space. Can you talk some just about like how that looked and like what was the impetus for that?
So a lot of the UI was driven by the need to be as immersive as we could be as a horror game, and it's just a bonus that we were doing it in a space sci-fi environment,
right?
And it allowed us to do something crazy like that. I mean, if you were, say, I don't know, an Earthbound.
You're an LA cop.
LA cop. I mean, you can't have holograms floating in front of you. And
you hear that, LA cops?
LA cops.
No holograms for you.
You know, if you're the benefit of having a sci-fi genre is that you could be explicit about the UI and still keep it in world.
Right.
Fatal Frame couldn't do that, right? It's like it breaks the fourth wall the moment the UI comes up or whatever. But for something like this, you could be a little bit more explicit and still be in game. The UI works both for the player and the character, and so we got away with a lot of things. And I think it was a genius idea, and that it was. I can't take credit for the initial idea. It was Ben Wanat, our production director, who came up with that, and it worked really well.
Just being able to like look kind of behind it when you can just kind of tilt to the side.
Yeah.
Just such a specific, great touch.
Trying to pull some of that up here.
It is. It's whoop.
Yeah.
There it
is.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's completely useless, but it works, right?
The thing is, like, it's once you do that, it becomes so convincing. You're like, that is part of the world.
Yep.
I can see it on either side.
Mr. Pope emailed me today asking me, because he's playing the game, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, why is it that in the first chapter he's all bound up and still his UI, he can like talk to some video and explain that to me?
Because everybody gets the holographic implant at birth, duh.
Yeah. No.
How does he open doors that have a handprint on it like you have to hold up your hand to it when he's in a straitjacket?
So my answer is that, you know, somehow the holograms work with the rig. Right? If you've got a rig, somehow all of this is happening in your brain, and it's not really happening in the world, it's happening in your brain.
It's not actually flying out there and then creating like paths for you to follow.
Everyone who's got a rig
the rig's like tapping into your like spinal column or something.
So everyone
like
who's got a rig can see all the holograms. So by virtue of having a rig, all the holograms in the world exist. So
Do you know, would you get a rig?
I'd love to have a rig.
Yeah.
I'd love to broadcast when I'm full. You know, that would be awesome. Right? Sorry, guys, I'm okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Dude, check this out.
Yeah!
Oh no, he's also checking that out, damn it.
Checking you out.
Eat that guy.
You should go eat that guy.
I'm gonna stay on the ceiling.
Did you see the drips?
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out a way for the wall crawlers to figure out an indicator showing that where the ground was.
Some kind of cue.
Kind of cue.
Like that guy's up there.
Yep, and so drips were the best way to show that you're upside down without being too UI and gaming about it.
Oh, just as far as like orientation for the player.
Yeah.
Clever.
Oh no. Oh.
Ice. Yeah, necromorphs don't have much staying power.
It's very similar to Left 4 Dead in that respect. That the monster side, they're just like paper thin.
Yeah.
But they respawn so fast. I mean,
And
it's just like sheer attrition. You are just throwing yourself at them over and over.
They're also quicker to respawn, so it balances out.
We'll go murder some guys. And Jeff, more questions from the
Yes.
chat if you've
I
got
have a grip of questions here that are all kind of basically poking at the same thing.
Yeah.
They want to know how do you get started in UI design? Like how does that come from, and what sort of tools do you use in your job?
Gotcha. The main basic tool, the first tool is obviously a pen and piece of paper, right? The better you are convincing people about an idea, the faster it gets done. And the fastest way to do that is to draw it out. So the first tool you could ever have is a piece of paper and a pen. After that, it's Photoshop comps. You just bring up Photoshop and make samples of what you want it to be, and then After Effects is the next one. Just make things move. And the sooner you can convince the creative director or the engineers that this is the right direction, the better. And you can do that by making things move. People like moving things and animating things. And so those are my main tools of the trade. And after that, it's the game engine. You just jump in and just make samples of it working in the game. In terms of like how I got started in the industry, if that was partly the question, I got lucky. You guys know I worked for you guys back in GameSpot years ago.
We worked together at GameSpot. You definitely took a unique path.
I did.
To get to where you are now.
I started doing motion graphics, and to be honest, it was just it was luck, right? I had a motion graphics reel that somehow fit the needs of Dead Space, and Dead Space was the first UI project I've ever had. And I got lucky. They liked my reel. I stayed on the team, and I moved on to Dead Space
0.
This is like 3 games later, I'm still here.
That's just how good my team was. Just shut them out before I even got to do anything.
So you're gonna chalk it up to luck of the draw for this one?
I guess so. I got lucky. I was.
But you had been doing similar type stuff outside of the games business. I think that's an important thing to kind of convey to the younger folks at home, that you don't necessarily have to start in games.
No. So my start. I've always been in the multimedia thing, right? Like I was a web designer. I did a lot of like web work, and then eventually did some motion graphics, and so it all culminated into one thing. But I had a lot of background in like just doing random internet-y and web-based and interactivity stuff. Is that even a word? Computers. I like computers.
Stuff that makes your parents scrunch their faces.
That's
like,
right.
What?
Like, well, why don't you get a real job?
Your mom hates those computers.
Yeah, they do.
Was your mom part of that campaign?
No.
Were those developers' moms, or just like
those
moms
were like,
off the street?
Those are moms off the streets.
Okay.
And then what had happened was, I saw it. I'm like, I don't know if my mom would react the same way. So I emailed my niece in the Philippines. I'm like, hey, could you get your grandmother to just like react to the video? I just want to see, just as an experiment, see how she would react. And I didn't really expect her to laugh at it, and she did. And so, you know what, I posted it anyway, and...
That's a nice response.
Yeah.
That's a nice response of seeing the humor in just how absurd and just graphic, like, this is so far-fetched and insane.
I don't know if it reads that as well as it should, but I think it's a nervous laughter, slightly, and then, I don't know. Like, my mom's weird that way.
Well, Vinny just reminded me that, the first big Dino break that some people may remember is Evil Bert.
Oh, yeah. That's the one.
Bert is evil.
Bert is evil.
I remember that being one of those moments of you had been working at GameSpot for a while and then realizing, oh wait, you made the Bert is evil thing. Holy shit.
Yeah. I try not to talk about that too much, but now it's actually funny. There was a time when it was scary.
Oh, where like Jim Henson was going to come for you?
Not even that, because it's like, that site, I came up with it in 97, 98, back when the internet was young, and there were no real comedians on it, so something as stupid as that gets picked up.
Right.
Like, people liked it. Like, back then, it was like magazines like Internet Underground or whatever it was.
Mondo 2000.
Yeah, like, they were like picking up on stuff like this, and they found it funny, and then it won the Webby Awards, and then it got really big, and then at that point, and this was like maybe around the 1999, I let go of the site, because I got so... the cost of like hosting a site that popular was really expensive back then.
Right, yeah.
So what I'd done was I packed it up into a zip file and gave it away for people to continue as mirror sites. At that point, some random kid makes some more pictures of it. Lots of different other people make pictures of Bert with other random characters out there. And someone makes a picture of Bert with Bin Laden, right?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
And then 9/11 happens, obviously.
Right.
So this picture goes around, Bert and Bin Laden.
So the Bert and Bin Laden, that happened before 9/11?
Before 9/11.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And obviously, when that comes out, who do they look for? Me.
Whose name is at the bottom of this? Who started this whole thing?
And so the death
Jim
threats-
Henson.
The Jim Henson. Blame that guy.
Go find him.
Go find. So it was a scary moment. Like, imagine me, like, foreign student.
Yep.
Studying in the Academy of Arts, trying to get through the school, and then I'm getting death threats and like crazy calls on the phone.
Jeez.
So that was a scary moment. But then now it's funny, you know. And
The time has passed enough, and that part's well, that's good.
I can laugh about it now.
I did not realize that it went. I didn't think that story was going to go so dark.
I'm sorry.
No, that's great. I like being surprised. It's good stuff.
But yeah.
Jeff, surprise me with some more questions.
All right, Mad Prodigy wants to know, Brad, do you prefer playing as the humans or do you prefer the necromorphs?
What do you say, human?
Actually, dumb human.
Dumb jot human. Dumb jot.
God.
Nerds.
The line must be drawn here.
The necromorphs are really starting to grow on me, actually.
Yeah?
There's a lot of kind of subversive stuff you can do with them. Specifically because you can see where the guys are through walls. You can wall hack with these guys. So there's a whole lot of like waiting right around a corner.
It's like, wait for this guy to turn the corner and then just jump on him.
At least 2 of them and maybe more have this like, but you can basically lock them up in like a struggling animation where they can't attack you. And then other people on your team can run up and just start hitting them while you're kind of locking them down.
Gang up on him.
So I love, I'm gonna die.
It's really fun to like coordinate like 3 or 4 pack characters.
Exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
there you
That's
go.
Just like-
exactly.
Right here.
There, that one.
So see, like he's
that's
stuck.
fun.
So he's dead because he couldn't do anything. He was just screwed. So that's
Go stick with your posse. You got a posse over there.
yeah,
Stick with
I'm
them.
trying to get this guy.
So are they.
Uh-oh.
Does he have a force gun?
He does.
Jeez, he's leveled way up. Yeah, he's
Oh,
like, what is
he's
that, level,
struggled. Go.
Get him!
level 11 or something.
Get him!
Get him.
Yeah!
Get him!
And
That's what I'm talking about. This room is terrible. Housekeeping is going to be pissed. We are not getting back our deposit.
Dude, it's nothing but tack, man. This is awesome.
this is fun. See, it's all about the pack.
Great. Oh,
I can also see being like a nice change of pace just because just playing so different
Yeah.
from the rest of Dead Space 2.
totally. Yeah, the human side plays pretty much just like the single player.
Yeah.
Like you know exactly what that feels like. These teams got real unbalanced all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Or imbalanced, I should say.
It's maybe
I don't know
why
how-
you were kicking so much ass. Is it was 4-on-2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is there anything we can do
I
to?
don't know that we can. Is there a way to change teams? Doesn't look like it.
No.
Not,
Oh well, I'll take a free win.
Say we'll run
Maybe
down.
bounce
the
out
problem.
after this and invite new players.
Yeah, we just did that. Somebody must have
Oh.
quit out. You have to blow this thing up on this map.
So say I think
If
guys
you
are
guys
probably
could
gonna
be any necromorph, which one would you be?
is that really a question?
It's really a question.
Spitter. That one.
The puker's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that guy throws up on people.
I like him.
Of course, I kind of tend to do that often in my spare time, anyway.
I was gonna say you don't need to be a necromorph to do that.
Yeah,
Well, is your puke acidic and can it melt through stuff?
Depends on what I've been drinking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh god.
Done and done. Oh, piece of trivia. In the while we were developing this game, the spitter,
Yeah.
her nickname was Sweet Cheeks.
Wait, it's her?
Because when we first made her,
Yeah.
she was modeled with a really smooth baby ass, and she was really cute from the back. And we had to like, if you notice, if you load up that character, now it's like this gnarled up, muscly ass.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't have her too sexy. She was just too sexy.
Was the
and
idea you're gonna be like you see her from behind and it was sexy, and you turn around and it was awful, or
she's got this like really awful, elongated like face, and she's got this like sexy butt going.
I noticed in a couple of cases, what's the very basic enemy, like the first one you see? Just the basic necromorph?
For this one?
In the single player.
Oh, the slasher?
Yeah,
Yes.
like some of those are very clearly female and have like certain parts of their anatomy are sort of like
they got the boobs.
like pristinely preserved. Yes,
Yep.
yes. They're all ripped.
Nice contrast.
They're all ripped open and ugly and
Except-
like guts spilling out, and then oh hey, there's a boob.
They were a little bit more explicit before. They've been tamed
Hey
down.
man, earn your M.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah,
get it.
you might as well go all the way.
Take advantage.
Well, I mean, you heard what Isaac does when you stomp a lot, so
He does grunt.
and also curses like a bastard.
He does.
Out of nowhere.
Hey Brad, look out for monsters.
Yeah, thanks.
Pro tip.
That's a pro tip.
Pro
If I
tip.
ever heard
Look
one.
out for monsters.
Pro tip, get them.
Oh!
My head.
Shoot them.
Have you tried the team heal yet?
I haven't really seen much of my team lately.
Brad, someone wanted to know what the gun situation is for multiplayer. Is it
You,
unlock based? Do you find
yeah.
stuff in the map?
Yeah, it's unlock based on those levels that we were looking at between matches. I haven't gotten any guns yet. I don't know. Do you know what level you get your first gun?
I can't tell you. I don't know.
Do you think you're gonna, after this match, do you think you're gonna hit another level? Did we hit another level
I'll
yet?
probably hit level 3 on this, but I know I've gone way farther than that on the Xbox and no guns.
Yeah. I'm just wondering just to see some of that stuff for the
We can look at the unlocks, but they're
folks at home.
they're all in Unitology language, so I don't know what the next unlock's gonna be. We might get a gun on the Xbox. I'm leveled up a lot more on there,
Oh, great.
so we'll switch over. But right now, I keep wanting to show you the weapons that you start with, but now's not a good time. It's the assault rifle and the kind of classic plasma cutter.
The pulse rifle and the plasma cutter.
That you start out with in the multiplayer.
Now, how do you feel about so in the first game there was a lot of kind of the contrivance of a lot of these tools that Isaac was using were
like tools.
mining
Like
tools.
engineering equipment.
They
basically.
were not necessarily weapons.
Yes.
It seems like a lot like some of these are a lot more identifiable
Weapony.
as like this is a gun.
Yeah.
Well, they use all the same names, but I don't think they beat around the bush anymore. It's
Yeah.
just like you're going to use this stuff for killing. Just get to it.
I have to say, I really like the way you get
The
like the
plasma cutter.
stasis stuff and the plasma
Yeah,
cutter. Like
yeah.
at the beginning of the game, like how you're getting all your equipment
It's
Yeah.
is
pretty-
a series of awesome moments.
Yeah.
So the idea behind that was that our creative director, Wright Bagwell, really wanted the tutorial to not be repetitive. So he's like, first train them how to use a flashlight, and if they know how to use a flashlight, they probably will learn how to aim. And if they learn how to aim, then they'll know how to use the gun. And then once that happens, then stasis and everything else will just follow. And so the whole idea was that to make the tutorial a lot more simplified.
Right.
And then to add to it, it allowed for the storytelling to make more sense. You're like, oh, he's an engineer and he's building stuff as he goes, and this is what these tools are from. And so he ends up with a gun that's like a flashlight and a plasma cutter thing stuck together.
It's kind of bolted together out of necessity.
It's pretty clever.
There's that moment where I was like, wait, did that say? Is that a plasma cutter?
Yeah, he's like, that guy's on the
Yeah,
bed.
it's like you just like almost like sense his like eyes lighting up, like, ooh, I didn't get that thing.
I know what to do with that.
The funny thing is, that guy on the bed is modeled after Jaitan Patel, who was the level designer of that specific level.
Oh, really?
So
Dude,
he's dead on his own bed.
dude, is Franco Rich Briggs?
Yes.
Is it? It wasn't just me.
No, it is
Okay,
Rich Briggs.
that's-
It is
that,
Rich
that
Briggs.
is like a way behind the curtain question to ask, but dude,
Let's say a little inside baseball
he's
over
one
here.
of the producers on this game.
Yeah.
We interviewed him a couple times for this game.
Okay.
That is
and
definitely
for
him.
Dead Space Ignition and
And
stuff.
you found a character that's
Well, he's the guy. I don't know if you've seen the intro, but there is a guy whose face is right in your face and in the front of the intro of this game, and it is the spitting image. It is. I was
is
like,
him.
no way.
I don't know if
For
it
all of about 4 seconds.
Yeah.
I don't know
and
if you
then-
caught it, but
And then that
'cause
face, something bad happens to that face.
Yep.
but,
oh, come on,
yeah.
spoilers.
somewhere maybe after the church area in the game, there's a guy who gets thrown out of an airlock. It's not very well modeled, but it's me. I die in the game.
Nice.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Oh, is it in like the residential mall area?
No, is it the church?
Right, like you're talking to the woman, and then she's got some henchmen,
Yeah.
and one of the henchmen tries to hold on to
Yes,
Isaac. That was me.
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. I'm gonna go look at that now. That's awesome.
You can find Dino in
My
the
head
game.
was shaved.
Yeah.
And, no, I have yeah.
What did they? So tell us about that process of the decision to include developers in the game. Did they just like take a snapshot of you and then model from there? Or?
So yeah, so the modeling team, Ohms and Craig, what they did was they set up these like 6 cameras,
Yeah.
and photographed people all around, and then they had this crazy plug-in that they put into Maya and ZBrush that basically allowed them to use all these references to build out the character.
Okay.
Very well done setup. It's pretty cool. So they took pictures a lot of the dev team and snuck them in the game everywhere.
Now, is that one of those things that's just kind of like it's a fun little Easter egg, or is that for support characters when you're dealing with HD visuals like this? you kind of need something of like a real world reference
So it's both.
to make it believable.
It's both. Like there was a need to get references from actors, and if you get it from the pool of people that already work in the office, you probably you do it you get it for free. Yes, right. So
Who doesn't want to be in the game, right?
exactly. So they could have gone out and paid for like reference photos from
Right.
elsewhere, or they could have just taken it from the team, and the team was more than happy to do it. So.
Brad, let's do one more of these on PS3 before we
right.
shift over
All
here.
right, cool. Let's see what our lobby's looking like here. Oop.
Let's go out to the
right.
lobby. Oh,
Hello, stop quitting the game.
invite a friend. Go to the bottom.
I have sent a scary number of invites, so somebody should be.
Go all the way to the bottom.
Hopefully, we'll get in here. Oh, good lord.
Zeomac, get him.
Mark wants to know if there are any zero-G sequences in the multiplayer.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So we actually tried that out, and as exciting as it may seem, zero G multiplayer, it was disorienting and
Oh, yeah.
not as fun as you would think. So
It moves kind of slowly in the campaign.
we're still it's still something that people are talking about, but it just couldn't work.
Right.
And we couldn't make it fun.
So you guys tried prototyping it, messed with it some.
And yeah,
Yeah, don't
it
force
needs
the
some
issue.
more love. Yep.
There's always a Dead Space 3.
Can't say anything.
Speaking of the future,
I like the
did you
future.
find that all of your ideas made it into Dead Space 2, or are you now left with a ton of things that you want to put into another game?
I'm trying to figure out how to answer that properly, but the answer is yes, there are still a lot of ideas that didn't quite get into the game for either technical reasons or logistical reasons or story reasons that I wish would see the light of day one day. That's all. Yeah, that's a good
All right.
answer.
That's a
good
great
answer.
answer. That's good. Very diplomatic.
Yeah.
You did not announce your next game.
No.
You did not bad talk this game.
No. See,
I think that's all you need to do.
Tightrope. The tightrope.
Indeed. You got a pretty good vantage point up here, Brad.
Spinner is the best when you can.
Get a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
just camp out.
Well, it kind of seems like the thing. These are some pretty claustrophobic levels. That getting that distance can be tough.
True. And yeah, I mean, as a necromorph, as soon as they get a line of sight on you, you're basically dead.
Right.
So it's a lot of like waiting around corners and up on ledges and
I
stuff.
see. I really like this one.
Get up there. Oh, you can't jump with this guy, can you?
I really like this design because it most reminds me of the Thing.
The tentacles and stuff.
Which I love.
Yeah.
Well, no.
So-
I love like the discarded arms,
Yeah.
like folded back.
So this is a character we.
Oh, this is Sweet Cheeks.
We called her Sweet Cheeks. Like
the
if
one,
you
huh?
take a view of her ass.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, it's a little gnarled up, but that
Yeah.
used to be a smooth pair of buns back there.
Nice.
And it was
Nice.
very distracting. Like you would literally stop playing the game and just spin around this character.
Was that a result of focus testing? You found that people weren't playing as well when.
I don't know if it got as far as like focus testing, but the devs
Okay.
felt because we played this game to the max. Like the multiplayer pit was right across from the UI team area, and every day, every Tuesday and Thursday, we would like test this game nonstop, just make sure it's fun. The devs would come in and just play it constantly. It was very important for us to make sure that it was fun for us.
Right.
Oh. And when you're playing pack, you can just keep whipping them out there, like every 3 seconds.
Yep, they come out pretty quick.
Yeah, you just nonstop.
Oh, and that guy's dead.
See, did they get that one? They got that one.
All right. Viddy is asking something about a crazy single player mode.
Oh, hardcore mode?
The hardcore mode, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yes. So
I have some questions about that.
It's pretty intense.
Yeah, like how did that evolve? How was that a?
Because it's like there was conversations around the team how gamers have it easy now, where you can save everywhere, and there was a time when gaming was such that, if you screw up, you start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was an attempt at a half-step attempt at bringing that back,
Right.
where you had 3 saves.
Right.
but still, it's basically a very intense version of the game where with very little resources, but you get to save 3 times. And the key is to
So wait, so it's not that you have 3 save slots.
no, like literally 3 saves.
Literally, you can save 3 times
Yes.
over the course of the game.
Yep.
Exactly.
I have a question about hardcore.
That sounds awesome.
It's I will do
No one seems to have
online or
beaten
off.
it yet.
On live video or in my house. I will attempt that mode at some point.
Please, I mean, I can't say what you'll get, but you'll get awesome.
Is there? I mean, I was just gonna do it for the achievement, but
Nope.
if there's something else in there, sweeten the pot. Why don't you? I was gonna ask, is it just like the save limitation? Is that it in that mode, or is it also like the enemies are stronger and
It's exactly as you were playing Zealot.
so it's zealot with
Zealot,
limited number of
yeah,
saves? Dude,
yeah.
that is ridiculous.
So if you want to practice with
sadist.
Zealot first,
Yeah, I'm
go
gonna,
ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna play through on that.
Do you know, have you beat it on Zealot?
No, I don't think I'm capable of it yet. Also, you don't carry over your stuff. You
can't
start
do-
with nothing.
You can't do New Game Plus on hardcore. That's maybe I'm not gonna actually
Try it.
do that.
Try it.
That sounds.
Try it.
It's gonna
Try
be,
it.
it's gonna be worth it.
Like
If you're gonna try it, you have to try it on camera.
All right. People on GAF are saying that if you play Zealot without a New Game Plus, like just a fresh character, that it's basically like a one-hit death. Like,
Yeah.
if you get touched, you're dead, basically. So
Pretty
that
much.
Sounds,
I want to see Brad's Inferno.
That sounds terrible.
It's
I don't think I can handle that. Oh,
pretty intense.
Oh, he healed. Damn it.
He got you.
I would have had him if he
Hey
hadn't
Jeff,
healed.
how's space?
It's going okay over here. Just give you a quick little rub down there. It's
You're stretching it out.
Whoa!
over here. It's just just kind of hanging out.
It's a hole in one.
You know, just slam jamma style over here. It's how we do it all day, every day. Rim rocking, shattering the backboard,
Yep.
all that.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the big green monster.
Get him. Oh.
Is there a way
Stanley
you could be with footage from on top of footage from Neverending Story, probably on top of Falcor or something?
We
Without-
can't pay for that.
Oh. You have to
Everything
pay for
else,
that.
everything else we have here is
Stop.
royalty free. So it's
Gotcha.
We're
no Falcor.
we're good on that. I don't know that we can.
Hey, Mad Prodigy wants to know.
Yeah, we can get Balcor
Falcor, yeah, but not
from the ever-ending story.
that guy. I like that guy.
Jeff, you in the back.
Hi. Where did the inspiration for the necromorphs come from? Is it like, did you have to like look at pictures of? I seem to remember that coming out around the story of the Dead game or the first game that dead bodies were involved. Like, where did the design for some of these monsters come from?
So there's a really in the development server for Dead Space at work. There's a specific folder in the art folder under concept / creepy / dead things. There's like a folder there of a bunch of like dead things. And it's really scary. Like you go in that folder and it's stuff from Rotten.com and like
It's disturbing
it's-
shit.
Oh my
and
God,
4chan,
dude.
all collected over the years.
I haven't
and
thought about Rotten.com in years.
Yep, and it's a whole folder of that stuff, and it's there for you to look at every day if you wanted to or not. But yeah,
The sacrifices the Dead Space developers make.
Yeah.
I keep a folder like that on the desktop of my computer at home.
Easy
Well,
access.
you could have made this game as well then.
It's how Jeff likes to relax.
It's the only way he can.
Yep.
So yeah, yes, a lot of the inspiration for the creatures came from like dead things, dead people. Obviously, like you said, John Carpenter's The Thing was very much like influences.
I just got
as well.
team healed.
Oh. You
Whoa,
gotta get
dude, watch that
team
fucking-
smoked. Monster! Monster! Get it off! Nah, you're monstered.
Get it off!
And it's dead. Oh,
Bummer.
He says.
Also,
he's got one of the fancy suits. You saw that?
no.
It's
Is
a
he like
unitology suit.
super leveled up, or is that like a DLC or something?
Is that his Dragon Age 2 armor?
I'm not
Man.
sure if it was. Well,
Is that
let's
Sir
see, I
Isaac of
think
Clark?
he's got the unitology suit. It seems.
I don't know if I can go around this way or not.
I don't know if they're.
hand. Oh,
Yeah,
God.
see, he's got the unitology suit.
Really?
He somehow unlocked that.
Oh,
pretty
that's
cool.
that's the collector's edition thing, right?
You know, I honestly don't
think
know
that's in
how.
the- I think
all-
that's-
I thought I had the. No, I'm sorry. This is the limited.
limited edition. Maybe. I also know, and I don't know if it's already happened, but there was going to be an event, or there's going to be an event where the devs are going to be playing with
the
some
game?
folks, and there are going to be some viral suits going out.
Oh wow, dude, what?
Like
Oh, cool.
if you
So-
play with them, you'll
yeah.
get the suit,
Oh,
and
I gotta
then
get in on that.
if you play with other people, they get the suit. It's like going to be viral.
Okay.
I'll get some more details on it.
Let's not talk about that any
Oh,
further,
sorry.
as to not piss off PR.
Oh, gotcha. Oh yeah, that's right. See, thank you for saving me. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
That sounds very exciting. I'm sure we will hear more about that in the near future.
Heard it here first, maybe.
Oh, hi.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What
Leave
are you
me
trying
alone.
to? What are you trying to slap?
Actually, I had a question.
What's up?
I saw playing through the single player. You know, you see, it's with it being like residential areas and train stations and stuff like that. You see some advertisements. I saw one for like Awesome Town, and another one that looked like a kind of an animated banner ad for Lemon Gun.
Yes.
What is Lemon Gun? Can I unlock Lemon Gun? Shoot lemon?
At a high level.
Because I bet if these guys got some citrus, they would not be so necro
Oh,
or
dude,
morphine.
it's just like a paper cut all over their entire everything.
So, the backstory behind that is that very early on in script writing of the story, our writer wrote out a line that basically said, as Isaac was putting together his plasma cutter, when the world gives you lemons, you make a lemon gun. And, everyone in the team read that line and they were like, no, that will not go in the game. That is not Isaac's voice. And so that line was nixed very quickly.
Yeah.
But as an homage to how awesome that was, we put the poster for Lemon Gun.
So it was acknowledged that, okay, Lemon Gun is awesome, but that's not
That's not what Isaac would say.
it's not thematically consistent.
No, Isaac would not say that. So that's what Lemon Gun is.
I have to fire up Gary's mod and make a gun that shoots lemons on my own.
So one of our concept artists was charged with a job of making a lemon gun drink poster, and that's what you saw in the game.
Okay, so in the reality, in Isaac Clarke's reality, Lemon Gun is a drink.
It's a drink. It's
Okay.
a drink.
Okay.
Yep. And then I don't know if you noticed the poster for the Clogger. There's a movie poster for the Clogger. It's the backstory behind that, and I can talk about this because I think Ian's mentioned it. Is that there was some team drama because there's this guy, and he still does it every so often. Will create a spectacle in the toilets in the office, and we call him the Clogger.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have a phantom toilet menace.
Yes, we have one of those guys. No one's admitted to it, but it keeps on happening, and so
Well, I
As an
noticed that in the
homage.
game, anytime you walk up to a toilet, it flushes
Yeah.
very cleanly.
They all do that. Yeah,
They all do.
repeatedly. Oh, you little jerk.
Space toilets, very
Space-
efficient.
Shot
They
his
are
head
very
off.
much
He's still
so.
coming. Damn it.
It seems problematic for you.
Yes. See, Jeff, they solved the problem. Even headshots are no longer effective.
Yep.
I'm dead.
Oh,
Well, somebody saves me.
No, you're
Robocopper
dead.
is going to eat me to death.
oh, and there's his buddy. Boom.
ugh, so much viscera. And back of the action.
Oh, we
I have to imagine, just after the first Dead Space, which had a very specific, very focused aesthetic, being able to kind of branch out in the sprawl here, and
It was very fun to have a little bit more leeway.
Yeah. Oh,
The first game happens in one place, so
Right.
all the design, all the UI, all the environments are pretty much homogeneous, and that's all you get. To be able to open up and do different things, kinds of environment they're really fun. So we get to see what a school looks like in the future. We get to see what a church looks like. We get to see what a mall looks like. And so the UI tends to be a little bit more diverse that way.
Go activate that thing.
I'm liking our chances here. I think we're.
You got 3 minutes. Go activate that
3
thing.
minutes. We're almost.
Doc Colossus wants to know, Dino, will your little cousins get to play the game?
Oh. I sent
Where's your own personal age cutoff for the game?
I sent my older 20-year-old cousin a copy, and I wouldn't be surprised if he'll let his siblings watch him play. We'll see.
Oh man, we almost had it. Almost had it. Oh, we had to start over. I hope my team's got my back.
Press and hold, press and hold.
Dude, get my back.
Press and hold, press and hold, press and hold, press and hold. Go! Oh, very well done. Freaking close.
We out.
Bouncing.
Brad, this might be a good question for you. Do you think that people should still go back and play the first Dead Space before getting into Dead Space 2?
Yeah, definitely. That game's still awesome.
I actually found the previously on Dead Space movie
that's true.
on the main menu of Dead Space 2 was really effective.
That
Kind
yeah,
of getting you back up to speed.
if you really just want to go straight to this one, that movie actually does a really good job. But yeah,
on.
I mean, the first one's like $20 now. Like, you should totally play that game.
Yep. How much is it on Steam? It's also on Steam now.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Who made it out? Thank you. All but one. Awesome.
Yeah,
Sweet.
I would highly recommend playing the first one, only because you know the story continues on from there, and the scary moments in this one are scary as they are, but if you know the backstory, it adds so much more.
Well, let's shift gears here, gentlemen.
The PC version is 20 on Steam as well.
Oh.
Let's scooch over to the 360.
Yep.
And while we are in the process of doing that, Dino,
Yes.
Jeff,
Hello.
shall we give away our first Dead
Ooh.
Space 2 prize pack?
Yes,
Wow.
let's.
Including a Dead Space 2 limited edition for the PlayStation 3, Dead Space Aftermath, and Dead Space Martyr.
Awesome.
All up-ins. Now, Dino has been so kind as to furnish us with, well, first off, EA so kind to furnish us with these prizes to give away. Thank you, guys. And Dino has also been kind enough to furnish us with some awesome Dead Space 1 trivia.
So
So Jeff knows the answers. Jeff is following in the chat. First person in this to answer this first question correctly will win
all this.
one of these prize packs. We haven't decided which one yet, and maybe Dino can sign something.
Cool.
We can add that, spice that up a little bit.
Who's gonna ask the question, you or me?
I will let you ask the question
Oh.
since you know the actual contents of it.
Okay, so-
first question: Dead Space 2 giveaway prize package. Dino Ignacio, take it away.
What do the first letters of all the chapter titles in the first game spell out?
There it is. Simple enough.
Simple enough.
And the winner is
Boom.
Amorbis.
Amorbis.
Amorbis, congratulations.
Congratulations, sir.
So fast.
Send me a damn PM. Ryan on Giant Bomb and Jeff. I guess we could reveal the answer here.
It is Nicole. Well, yeah, Nicole is dead. Is that what it spells out? So that's
Amorbis?
Spoilers.
Oh,
Damn it. So there you go, Morbis. You get this awesome Dead Space prize package.
congratulations, man.
That is awesome. We will send these out shortly. But now it's time to get back over
Yeah.
to more Dead Space and moving on to the Xbox 360.
Look at all those people playing Dead Space 2.
Wow.
Dino, marvel at this. Look at this.
A lot of
Thanks,
people.
guys. It means a lot. I'm really glad you guys are playing this game.
Go to the bottom. Start from the bottom.
All right. Well, I just threw a bunch out there, but okay.
That's fine. You get enough people asking for that, and we do more often than not always start at the top.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dudes playing Dead Space 2.
Thank you so much.
These invites will just sit, right? Like I can, if we clear out, these people will be able to join in later.
It
correct?
depends.
It's-
If they
yeah.
try to accept it, it goes away, even if they can't get in.
That's not.
Okay. Well, those people at the top already in here, so
Okay.
let's do it.
You want to select the map so we get a little.
Yeah. Let's see. We
variety.
played, I think we just did Solar Array, or was that Escape?
We did
just
escape.
did?
We did escape because
I
you
know
escaped.
We did Fuel Core. We did Marker Lab. I don't think
Titan
we did-
Mines.
Titan Mines is the one from the beta. So
Oh,
we
let's
played
not
a
do.
lot of that.
Let's not do that. Let's just
But-
random it. We've seen.
Solar
You
Array.
haven't done Solar Array.
Well, let's
I
do
don't
Solar Array.
Oh, we haven't done that
I don't
one.
think
Okay,
we've done
great.
that one yet.
think so. Yeah.
Thupa. Oh, please. It's always the
Open
fun
your
part.
nats.
Come on, game. Yeah, give us a strong nat.
Do you guys think that? And there's been some people asking about it. Obviously, you're not going to go announcing DLC here or anything crazy like that. But do you guys think that this game would lend itself well to like a wave-based survival mode, like a horde mode, Gears style thing?
Yes.
You think it would?
Make that. I'll play it. I'll buy it. That'll be awesome. I mean, the shooting is the best thing about this game to me. So, like, I want it to shoot more stuff.
Dino has no opinion on this.
I'd play that game.
Fair enough. Fair enough. It definitely seems like even just in the fiction, it would lend itself to that.
Yeah, for sure.
To that idea.
Yeah, just some kind of holdout mode. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm also just curious, like we're starting to see this now with Dead Space 2, with with Extraction and the downloadable game and the iPhone game, of kind of getting into different genres of gameplay, but within the Dead Space universe. Is there any particular genre, Dino, that you would love to see kind of implemented within this framework?
This is never gonna happen, but
Okay.
in my mind's mind, like I'd love a Necromorph farm game. Where you just build some Necromorphs.
So you're saying like Farmville,
Farmville
but
Necromorphs, and that's never gonna happen. I'm not spoiling anything. That's
Okay.
This is all in my head. I'd love it, but I don't think so.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
That would be swell. I would play that game to death, but
I'd go RPG. I could have a ton of fun just because I like sci-fi RPG can be a blast, and this universe has such a unique and grisly feel to it that you could get into some really bad business.
Remember when we were dispensing pro tips?
Yes.
Can I lay one down?
Yeah. Pro tip.
Next TNT,
Yeah.
don't play games other than the game that we're playing.
Oh, that's every week we
Or-
give you that pro tip.
Or we're probably not going to invite you. Guy who's playing Black Ops. Just an FYI.
Keep in mind that we've got our viewers and our participants are from around the globe.
Oh.
In fact, I'm a little disappointed. I wanted to actually save this until next week so that we could have some European players because the game doesn't come out in Europe until tomorrow.
It's actually
wait a minute,
it
it is
sounds
tomorrow.
like it'd probably come out right about now.
It is tomorrow
if
in
you were
Europe.
going to a midnight sale,
Yeah, but they're not going to get into this game.
you could potentially be rushing home right now to join in.
oh,
But
hello
they're not.
Europe.
But they're not on our friends list already, so they're not going to get in. So,
Whatever.
well, yeah, I know. I want Europe. I want you to know. I'm thinking about you. You have not been forsaken.
I want to get up in you, Europe.
I didn't say that.
That's
love
what
you,
that
Europe.
was heavily implied. Heavily.
Heavily, deeply implied.
One more question here. The name of the person who asked it
One
got
more and then you're out.
detached from the question. Would you say that developing a sequel and having to kind of iterate on the original Dead Space, is that more difficult than coming up with it all to begin with?
Oh, good question.
Or is it easier to iterate on those ideas?
It's a little bit of both, right? It's easier in the sense that you already have an idea of what you're building. You've got a language you've already set up, and so you're really just expanding on it. But where it becomes difficult is, at least on a personal level, I feel like I'm always challenging myself. Like, how do we do things better? There's always that thin line between how do we make it better, but how do we not reinvent the wheel? It was a tough call. There were a lot of things that we wanted to, we were thinking of changing, but then why change it if it works? And so there were like improvements.
Like you need a really good reason to change it, other than just like we can change it.
Exactly, right? Because there's already a language embedded in there, and we didn't want to change too much. That being said, like the Necromorph stuff's all new, so there was a lot of new development for it, and it was really crazy hard trying to find a new voice within the genre for something like this, because we already had the human side. How do we make something new and still make sense in the universe?
Spit.
Spit.
Yeah, you spit that guy to death. I've had
Boom.
dreams like that.
Oh,
Those guys are gonna get you though.
I don't know about that. Definitely have the most luck with this guy. Fuck. Oh, he's just...
That stasis is a bee.
It is. Yeah, you're pretty much done when you get hit with that. There's a great camping spot on this map that I hope to utilize. Here, actually, that's it.
There it is. You found it.
I got like, playing this for review before it came out, I got like 20 kills one match just sitting up here, spitting on guys over and over.
Another trick is to do vent re-entry.
Oh yeah, you can basically respawn, right?
Yeah. It does eat up your time though.
Yeah.
So that's the takeaway. I mean, that's the payoff.
I figured out my trick. That's over.
But now you have a new trick.
Yep, which is that. You just, I'm noticing here, like, pack versus human, you're not going to come out ahead unless you get other guys helping you.
What's Jeff punching?
I don't know what's...
Brad.
Oh.
Oh, great.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, he's right there.
Oh.
We've got a little Jeff.
Oh, great.
A little black and white Jeff. Do you know this is what happens when Vinny has time?
That's fun.
Like, you know, there's all the setup of the studio, get the mics, get the lights, make sure levels are good, set up the TV in the systems,
And then-
get all the cameras situated,
and then you can
make sure the
pickle
green
Jeff.
screen key is working, and everyone sits down. It's like set up your shots and have your little picture in pictures. But I feel like once we get to that point, then Vinny he's like, well, I've got to be here, so I'm going to start goofing off.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
I would spend all day doing that. Farm. Oh, there, that's easier. Oh, okay.
Yep. Your little buddy Jeff, Tiny
Oh,
Jeff.
I like that. Oh, that's awesome.
It's your buddy that's fun to be
Oh.
with, Lil Jeffy.
The old Jeffy, oh, hugs.
He's got his own laptop and Uncola.
So cool. Yeah, sit right there. I'll make a space for you. There you go. Nice.
We'll fit you in there. Yep.
That's nice.
Don't put your chair on the couch. This couch is for company.
Oh, no.
Oh, your jumping plan
Didn't work out.
went awry that time.
Didn't work
Brad.
out so much.
There we go. Space for Jeff.
I'll be the puker for a little while. We've done a lot of puking here.
I like this guy. He's extra creepy looking.
Yeah.
So,
Oh.
funny story about this guy.
Oh.
One of our sound designers had to try to figure out a way to record the actual puking.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to fake it at first.
Yeah.
And in the process of faking it while watching some YouTube videos, he actually did puke. And so that's what you hear in the game.
So there's actual real puke sounds.
Actual real puke sounds in the game.
I was actually going to ask you, and I know this is kind of outside of your area necessarily, but there's some terrific sound design in this game.
It's
I mean,
With stuff like just the sound effects, but also choices as far as how voices sound. Like there's some good distortion, some good clipping, stuff to make it sound like you're hearing this through a headset or, at a distance or in this, tinny little room.
I mean, the UI area is right beside the sound area, and these guys work really long hours, like crazy hours, deep into the night, making the sounds for the game. They're just an amazing team.
Get him! Get him!
Oh.
I think we both got.
Apparently, the best way to make the sound of like guts getting squashed is putting a spoon in a bowl of mac and cheese. Apparently, that's a good way to get the sound of guts.
Okay. Keep
Next
that in mind.
time you're eating mac and cheese,
Think of guts.
think of guts.
Always.
Do.
You always do?
Always.
Oh,
Well, Jeff's always thinking about guts.
okay.
I'm always thinking about mac and cheese.
So am I. I like mac and cheese. Do you put bacon bits in your mac and cheese? 'Cause I
I've been
do.
known to.
God damn it.
Not
What?
every time, but if I've earned it, if I've been good.
And I'm not talking about the real bacon bits. I'm
talking
talking about
Bake-O-Bits.
Bake-O-Bits,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
I've never done that. That's crazy.
It's
Real
fun.
bacon takes time.
Yeah.
I don't have
Who
time.
needs
If I had
time?
time, I wouldn't be eating macaroni and cheese.
That's why the microwave was invented.
Yes.
Screw time.
My mom would put pepper in it. I always thought that was fucking so weird.
Pepper?
Pepper.
Like
It's like
on-
black pepper.
On mac and cheese?
Yeah.
Who doesn't do that?
What?
Like,
Really?
Yes.
No, mac and
Yes.
cheese is just on its own.
No.
Put pepper
No.
in it.
Yep.
All you
Sure
taste is
will
the
do.
pepper.
Not if you put the right amount.
would they be in the corn form or like
No.
That's
Cracked?
like ground pepper.
Yeah.
Okay.
El Pollo Loco makes pretty mean macaroni and cheese.
It's true, they do.
I like.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
I like the Molly Stone mac and cheese.
That's also good. Jeff has a abusive relationship with that.
Where are these guys?
Mac and cheese.
That
is
never
fun.
went well. I'll also maybe just get a little mac and cheese with my sandwich and
Why
buy a
don't you
little.
just
I
fill
need
up
a
that whole
pound.
box
Yeah,
with
like
it
a pound.
instead? How about I buy $12 of macaroni and cheese?
Hey guys, guess what? I have to sleep now.
I have to go to sleep. Kraft brand macaroni and cheese.
Ask for it by name.
Ask for it by.
So is there also is there a part of the reference photos of puke for you guys?
I don't. A lot of dead things. Not a lot of puke.
Yeah.
Brain splattered on the ground, maybe.
Yep.
Oh, I have no head. I have no head.
Oh, that's okay.
Yes. Been waiting for this.
It's really the best
Take
part.
it.
It's the best part is when
And
you
you
can
just
run around
poop
with no
some
head.
health packs.
Nice. Wondering what that was. All right, so now's the time to jump on a guy because there's
Hell
like
yeah.
3 other guys around to help me kill him.
Yes.
So you're not doing
they're not
damage
doing
to
it.
him when you're on him?
You are, but he's doing damage to you too. You're both
Okay.
button mashing.
Okay.
And it's my understanding that whoever button mashes faster is doing more damage.
Is this correct?
Oh, you are in a
Oh, he's got a
tight-
line gun.
tight
That's
spot
no good.
there.
He's played a lot of. These guys collectively apparently have played a lot of this game because look how they are staying together as a team.
yes.
They know what they're doing.
Also they have the big spread shotguns
Yeah,
too.
so they've got upgraded weapons, and that guy's level 15.
Wow.
That guy's 17.
That's pretty quick. How do you
what's
do
the
that?
what's the cap
I
on
think it
this?
goes to like 60, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay.
That guy's 14. Yeah, these guys have put in a ridiculous amount of time.
Game's only been out for
Game's
2 days.
old.
This is crazy.
I wonder if they've, man, I guess they played the campaign, but they've spent a lot of time on multiplayer. Oh,
So any gnarly like launch party plans, or has that stuff already happened?
So a bunch of the developers were over at the Powell store
yeah.
to check out the people buying the game. And we were drinking at the Gold Dust.
Hell yeah, Gold
yeah,
Dust.
the Gold Dust was the old man band there.
Yes, they were awesome. They were like
those guys are awesome.
they were really cool. Like Kenny Rogers was there, and we got adequately drunk so that in case no one lined up, we would not feel bad
You
about
wouldn't feel
it.
that bad about it.
But luckily people were there, and
That's
so
cool.
that was really fun. We got to hang out with the fans, and then today is going to be the actual ship party for the game. So a bunch of the developers are going to be at some place.
Undisclosed location.
Getting drunk.
So how do you, so when you come up to the line like that, like how do you breach that? Do you like say like, hey, we made this game. Did I blow your mind?
So this is really sad, right? So me and a bunch of folks, maybe like 15 people,
Yeah.
walk up Powell Street, coming from Market because we were walking from my house, where we had some hot dogs before going there. This was 9 o'clock.
Bacon wrapped hot dogs.
Bacon wrapped hot dogs. And me and like maybe 15 other people walked up to the the store, GameSpot, and then it
Yeah.
was just GameStop.
GameStop.
And there was just one guy there.
No.
This was at 9 o'clock, one guy there, and you can imagine the terror in this kid's face. And we all came up to him and asked him, "What's your name? Have you played the first game? Do you like the Impossible mode? I mean,
So you guys are full of hot dogs, maybe a little tipsy.
Maybe a little tipsy. We scared this kid.
Intense.
Here, take a shirt. Would you like a poster? Like that.
Where are you going after this?
You're our new best friends. You're coming with us now.
Dude, look at these guys.
They're
And,
kind of
The coordination here is,
we were just.
they're putting on a clinic.
we're done.
So the team's as excited as everybody else that
Yeah.
the game is out. So, yeah, people just came up to people and just started talking to them, snapping pictures of fans as much as fans were snapping pictures of devs. It's really cool. Our art director came out, the creative director came out, and a bunch of the environment artists and level designers.
Dude, look at
It was
that.
fun.
Yeah,
Got 29 kills on that guy. Ridiculous.
that was a little
Guys,
one-sided.
that was a master class in Dead Space 2 multiplayer.
Absolutely. Watch those tapes over again. You want to know how to be the best.
It's like that. It's just like that old weathered VHS SummerSlam '89 that you got. I don't even know if that was a good one.
They're all good ones.
Jeff, SummerSlam '89.
They're all good ones.
Is that what? Ultimate Warrior?
They even have
Them all.
SummerSlam in '89.
It
Sure.
was WrestleMania.
Oh, they definitely. To the chat.
SummerSlam?
Someone in the chat knows.
Oh no.
What was the main event of SummerSlam '89? You will win nothing.
Thank you, True Hero.
I know, we can give him something.
Oh,
We got enough crap in this office that we
You
can
will
get rid
win
of.
the knowledge of what the main event was.
Oh, you've got
Hulk
monster
Hogan and
problems.
Brutus the
Stop eating
Beefcake
me.
with Miss Elizabeth defeated Randy Savage and Zeus with some sensational sharing.
Of course.
Oh, Zeus, so we're in No Holds Barred era.
yeah.
Nice. Nice.
somebody just know that?
lazy eye always scared me.
No, someone pasted that in.
Yeah, Tiny Lister's intense.
Wait, that Tiny Lister?
Yeah, that was
a wrestler?
Zeus.
He
Oh my
well, so
God.
he was the nemesis to Hulk Hogan
In the movie.
No Holds
And
Barred.
then he
Okay.
became
And then
a
they-
wrestler.
Okay.
And his character's name was Zeus in the movie,
Okay.
and they ended up having him come in as Zeus and wrestle in the WWE.
Life imitating art.
It was
blew
awesome
my
because they were
mind.
able to say like, you know, in the movie I had to lose because that was the script, but now it's real.
Okay, but so Tiny Lister is not a wrestler turned actor. He was an actor before he was a wrestler.
Yes.
And after.
That is my
Okay.
understanding.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Oh God, dude, fuck.
Dino, I know you seem to be like a big booster of 3D. I know you had your 3D camera taking
Yeah.
photos and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
Do you think that 3D in games, does it lend any new opportunities to you, like from UI perspective of doing like crazier stuff?
So
I am
I'm not
noticing
quite
that
there
this
yet.
is not in 3D.
Yeah,
No, it's not in
that's
3D.
That's the follow-up question.
So, I'm still waiting for that moment where 3D happens in the same space that I'm in. I don't have a problem with 3D, but I wish it felt like I wasn't bound by a screen. It still isn't quite there yet. And I'm excited at every step it's taking to get there, but till it becomes like the holodeck, I don't know if I'm really on board.
You want Will I Am
Floating
In
right
studio.
there. Exactly.
You want a rig?
CNN style.
You want to play games on your rig?
On my rig,
There you
exactly. That's what I want.
When they start doing cybernetic implants, Dino will be first in line.
Oh hell yeah! I'm so in line. If there was a list for that, I'm on it right now.
Oh my God, where did that guy even come from?
A great, I'm gonna guess.
I want wetware.
Man, this is too much.
Oh, no head.
So
See, but you need your head now.
That's true.
So one thing I wanted to note was that the way characters die in the game are really awesome. So if you have an opportunity just to do a playthrough where you'd like to just keep on dying,
Yeah.
it's worth it.
There
It's fun.
are many points of articulation or dismemberment in your character models, I noticed, because
There are.
like the bodies fly apart very well.
I remember there was
Including your own.
I remember there were totally like for all of the like unique kills in the first Dead Space. There were like YouTube videos of
Oh, yeah.
collections of like here's every failed event
Yes.
where Isaac dies brutally.
There's one in particular involving an airlock door in this that's a real see you at the party Richter moment.
I've seen that one happen. Even when that one happens successfully, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Even when you actually make it out of that one.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff.
It's fun. You should definitely just play the game. Try to die as much as you can.
Unless you're playing on hardcore.
Yeah.
Which I will someday. Oh, that guy's
I mean,
bad.
it's definitely the thing with the game like this is, it's like, okay, well, obviously I want to move forward, but I really want to see what happens when he eats it here.
It's a lot of fun moments. Like the animators really took extra time to make sure there's a lot of unique deaths. It's a shame that that's not the goal, to die.
Got to figure out somehow to make reverse Dead Space.
These guys even seem to be paying a lot of attention to who's playing what class here. Their necromorph composition is impeccable. They seem to be hitting all the angles here.
Yes, like the tactician gets high all day.
You know what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Well, in addition to getting high all day, he's playing Dead Space 2 all day. So.
Thank you very much.
glad we were able to incorporate that into your daily rituals.
However you
I've
want
been
to
very
enjoy
busy, bro, but I
Zelda-
felt I had to make time for Dead Space 2. What?
I think my headset's busted.
Oh, wait.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
We're making some progress here. Oh, dude. Doing better than I thought. Go, dude.
Cover him. Cover him.
Run. Oh, man, I can't even see that guy up there. Where is he?
He's sneaking.
Man.
Oh,
All right, so is this the last step? No, we have to go get another thingy.
acquire.
I'll go try to acquire that, but no promises.
Promise me you'll acquire that.
Oh,
Bring a friend.
oh,
Ooh.
man.
Yeah, you're
Hey,
gonna.
anybody who's paying attention, come help me come get this thing.
5
I
minutes
think
later.
I was gonna say I think a necromorph is paying attention.
Oh, that sucks. Making a break for it. We got 4 minutes.
Go, Brad. Oh, someone's down here.
Whoa, can I go that way? That one's,
Yep.
that
Oh,
one's
there.
precarious.
Yeah, so
Oh,
okay,
man.
good.
Follow him.
Posseing up now.
Now you're talking.
It's almost like you're a team.
Fuck.
Go
Where's that
Xerxes.
fucking guy?
Behind you.
The other direction. Yeah.
Not where the bullets are going, but where they're coming from.
That's a good theory.
Pretty dark.
There we go.
Oh, man.
You guys are teamed up now.
oh.
Oh, great. Oh, team heal.
Good job.
Crap, almost out of ammo. Shit.
Oh no! No! Yeah, you're boned.
What a get it. Oh.
Oh.
Ouch. Ouch.
And again, no head. Up until the part where you died, I felt like we were seeing
Yeah.
a pretty good
We're doing-
run there.
We're doing pretty good.
A little bit of like, here is how Dead Space should be played.
I don't think things are going so well now.
I would have taken that clip and made it the watch this to learn clip. Whoa.
Ah. Too fast. Man. Does that guy have the thing? That guy has the thing.
Yeah, follow that guy.
Go, 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 go! Oh, shit. Get off. Get off! Oh, dude. Alright. I will bear this burden.
Now you are the master.
You can do it. Almost there.
Oh my god.
go,
Does it
go.
matter what side? Oh, you got me, joke. Oh, come on.
Oh, you're good.
Yay.
Got it. Barely.
Man, just
Protect
in
that.
time.
So what's the deal here? Just hold
So,
out?
hold
Do they-
out.
Do they have to kill that thing?
Well, yeah, they're
Are
gonna
they
try to kill
attacking?
it. They're gonna try to attack it.
Oh,
so,
man.
50 seconds.
so it's got a health and it's gonna
Go,
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 down.
go. Go, go, go.
Oh, man. Where are these guys?
Quick like a bunny.
There's a guy up there.
Killed him.
Got him.
You can do
Oh,
it.
these
38
guys.
seconds.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. How much health does that thing have?
You're halfway.
Dude, I can't. He's disarming me.
25
I
seconds.
think we might have this. I don't get too cocky here, but
Oh, tense.
shit. Looking for red names. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, too short.
Just stay alive.
Oh.
5,
6,
4,
5,
I think we got
You
it.
can do
4, 3, 2,
Oh.
1.
Oh, man.
Win.
That was a tough match.
Woo! Good job, Brad.
Job.
Thank you. Kinda.
Jeff, any post-match questions
More
for
kills
the...
than deaths. You got to take that as a victory, even
Yeah.
if you're at the bottom of the stack.
Yeah.
I find. Lots of people wanting to know what the cafeteria is like over at the EA office.
Ooh, I got a new suit.
Really? Is
People
that a
have been
question?
talking about, macaroni and cheese over
Oh,
here. Lots of food-related
It's fun.
bacon-wrapped hot dogs.
It's
that sort
nothing.
of stuff.
It's not crazy fancy. Food's not free. It's not like Google or anything like that. But it's slightly. I think you can get full in $7, so that's good. There's burgers. There's Chinese food.
You guys have sushi sometimes?
There's some sushi sometimes, and there's a pizza station, and burritos. Yeah.
I remember, former EA employee Jeff Green saying that, like the first week or like the first month was like, oh, this is amazing. We have all this different stuff and it's great. And then like second month, it's like, oh, it's fucking burritos again.
Yeah, that can happen. I go in phases. There'll be like weeks where I'll be like, oh, yay, cafeteria food is great, and I'll be like, oh, I'm so sick of it, and I'll go out.
I want nothing to do with it.
And I come back to it again. Right now I'm back on the love phase. I'm enjoying it right now.
It's tough because there's not a lot of other stuff around there.
I got
Not
the
a
line
lot.
gun. I got a gun.
Hey, you got a gun.
Exciting. Wait, so you have to have the pulse rifle?
Yeah,
is that
you
right?
can't get rid of it.
I think I'll take the line gun over the plasma cutter.
Yeah.
I also got a new suit.
Oh, did you have time to equip it?
Yeah, it's on.
Great.
It's a white suit.
Ooh.
All
All sorts of good upgrades on that level.
Yeah, I'm getting stuff. How are the gym facilities?
They're pretty good. It's
Yeah?
run by Club One, and,
Okay.
so it's pretty neat and clean and got good equipment.
You guys have childcare? 401k?
There's yeah.
Vision, what do you got? Come on.
Vision.
Vision, dental.
Such random questions.
Go on.
There's a what do you call that? Daycare.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are pretty well taken care of.
The daycare's
overall.
not free though. I wish
Yeah.
it was.
It's a. I don't get too much into this, but it is a hell of a campus.
It's a fun campus, and I think
Like, even just the scope of it, like there's a bunch of buildings with a ton of people in them.
yeah. Apart from like Visceral, the Sims team is in the same campus. The Pogo team, which does all the web games, is also in the same campus.
Yeah.
You know, I think actually my bigger question is where is Visceral situated? I mean, like we've been
Oh.
down there, we know 250 building and all that stuff. Are you guys like in a dark cave somewhere, like where you're just left alone to make these games?
It's in the 4th floor of the 250 building,
Okay.
and the lights are all off. Yes.
But it is just office space connected to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's much like any other floor, except if you go to the Sims floor, everyone's all happy and everything's brightly lit.
Like
and
pictures of
there's-
their kids everywhere.
Yeah. Our floor is a little bit dingier, and it does have a musk of alcohol.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drinking going on our floor
In the morning.
in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the best time to do it?
Yeah, of course.
Clearly.
There's tequila breakfasts going on.
Well, once we finish up here, make sure that we set you up right.
Yes,
That
not
the-
that I condone drinking, but I
But you do it anyways.
But I do it anyway. Yeah. It's not a bad thing.
Jeff, any Dead Space related questions from the chat?
Someone asking about the aiming reticles.
Yes.
In the first game, when you're aiming something close, they would spread apart, or you kind of got that.
Yes, and
You know,
now
these
it's
exist in the real world thing, and now they don't do that. Was that a conscious decision?
It was. The idea was that. So let me take it back a few steps and explain what my creative director explained to me. Where on one end of the spectrum would be survival horror, and the other end of the spectrum is an action game. So if in the far, far left you've got something as crazy as Fatal Frame, in the far, far right you've got like Doom 3, right? Dead Space has always been like a little bit off of the crazy survival horror, but not quite like action-y. The first game. The second game, and in this spectrum, maybe the last Resident Evil somehow nudged itself like really far center. We decided to find ourselves a little off of where we were, but still not where Resident Evil is, with the needs of trying to create a bigger audience for the game. And so that made us decide to make shooting a little easier than it used to be. That being said, if you're a fan of the way it used to shoot, if you go to options, you can switch it back.
Oh, so that's what classic mode is. I was
Yes.
wondering what exactly the difference
Yeah,
was.
if
there.
you prefer the whole you could move the reticle anywhere in the game, you're more than welcome to switch it back to that mode. Some people prefer it. It's still there, and we decided to keep it there because obviously some people like the classic way of doing it.
Very interesting. Yeah. It seems like kind of broadening the audience has been a big focus, but a game like this, I imagine that has to be really tough because part of the appeal is that it's so gnarly and dark
Yeah.
and gory.
So I mean, I think we found a way to keep that and still add a little bit more action, like our EP always pushed for the idea that we're not losing any of the horror, but we should like accent it with like moments where Isaac's in control of his destiny every so often. Much like if the first game was like Alien, where you're like Sigourney Weaver always running away from stuff.
Yeah.
The second game is much like Aliens, where at some points you're running, at some points you feel like you're a badass. And that's what we tried to do in this game.
Because the first game is very much just like you're saying, the survival horror influence, like kind of on the ropes.
Yeah.
In the dark, don't know what's going on, outnumbered, outgunned.
Yep. Which is still, to a sense, that feel is still in the second game. But there are moments where you're like, no, I'm doing something and I'm in control of stuff.
Running this.
Yeah. He's
So I remember people being concerned for a little while there when some of that info started to get out. People were like, "Oh no, they're going to turn it into Call of Duty," and everyone had to come out and go, "No, like clearly, like it's still going to look and behave like Dead Space. Like we're not insane over here."
And I can talk about it all day, but I think people are realizing that now. I've been following what people are saying on Twitter, and people are still scared of it. And so I'm really happy that I think the experiment worked out. Because honestly, there was a lot of like fear that what if the balance was off? We tried really hard to make sure that there were peaks and valleys to the.
I think you hit a good mix.
Well, like you were saying, it's that challenge of like, what do you change? What do you keep the same? Why are you changing it? What does that do to the overall feel of the product?
Exactly. Because if we just did the same game, people would so criticize us for that.
When was the last time you played the first Dead Space?
I actually just picked it up again, maybe was it 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Just to get the feel for it again before this new game came out.
What jumped out at you most after working on Dead Space 2 for so long?
Yeah.
And then throwing in the original.
The stomps and the melee wasn't really as effective as I thought I remembered. Like the first game, you could be like slashing or like punching away and kicking away and nothing was happening.
Yeah.
We somehow made that a little bit more efficient. Like you could really,
faster, I think.
it's a little faster.
Yeah.
Also, you could never use TK as a weapon. It was just a means to pick up stuff.
Could you not?
Well, you could
No.
like pull stuff and like throw it back,
Wow.
but it was never like in this game where you could like literally grab something and throw it back real
Like
quick.
every other room in this game, there's like spikes there that are very, very obviously, it's obvious
Yeah.
exactly what those things are there for.
For spiking.
You can rip the arms off most of the enemies and use those as like javelins and throw those back.
Yeah, there's a trophy for that.
That's how I got the 30 kinesis kills, by just ripping like that arm right there. I don't know if I
Oh, yeah.
you can do it in the multiplayer.
No,
or not.
no,
Not
no
in the
TK.
multiplayer.
Yep.
Get off me.
You say that seems like that would throw off the balance.
It would.
Yeah, probably.
I like how that guy was like creeping around like he was being really sneaky.
They're not going to see me. Oh. No way.
You are dead.
These guys are fast.
Jeff, any good stuff from the chat? You could say no.
Not really.
I have a question for Dino.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
You guys announced some DLC the day this game came out.
Yes.
Tell me everything you can about it. I want to hear
I can
more.
tell you the title.
We know that. What else?
Can you tell me
what else you got?
What is the title of your DLC?
It's called Severed.
Yeah.
Do we have a release window for this?
You
don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
This
I
is where
can't-
we're getting
Alright,
the
well, yeah, we
territory
won't-
that-
we
But
won't-
I think it was announced who the major players or characters in the game
Yeah,
are, right?
it's the two characters from Extraction
Yes.
on the Wii.
So it's Weller and Lexine are the main characters in
So
it.
it's like going on at the same time as the main game.
Yes.
But beyond that, I guess you guys aren't really saying much.
So at some point you will run into Gordon Freeman.
Yes. Something like that.
He'll be on his mission.
That's right. Yeah, I wish I could talk about all that stuff, but I can't. Sorry.
No.
I saw people, typical people getting incensed on message boards when they saw that. They're like, oh, they held content back
See,
and stuff. But somebody else was supposedly from Visceral on the Gaff thread were saying like, that is all content that was made after this game like went off to submission and
Exactly.
everything.
It's like, even right now, I mean, people are working on DLC. You know, it's like there's no downtime for this team, right? Like, there's constantly some effort to add to the experience, and you know, when people think that we're holding content back, it's so not true. We finish this game and we keep going. We're trying to make sure that it's important for us that people like the game, enjoy the game, and keep it for the right reasons, right? Like, we're not just gonna force you to keep it. We want to make you want it to be an experience that people want to say, oh, we're gonna keep on playing it, or I'm gonna put it in my shelf because it means something to me.
Right.
And because there's going to be value in coming back to it at some point.
Yep. We've realized that there's no tricking people into keeping a game forever unless it's really good. The only trick is to be honestly awesome. And so I think we're constantly on an effort to make sure that every aspect of the game is as good as we can make it. We may fail in a few things, but
You're boned.
I can't see.
You're boned.
5 guys on top of me.
Oh no.
Jeez. It's like the whole other team in this corner. Man.
The AI can get clever sometimes.
I'm just glad you guys are doing more single player stuff. Like, when you said you were putting multiplayer in, I was like, all right, well, all the DLC is going to be map packs.
The map pack, character map pack,
like weapons, stuff like that. But like, I mean, I love the campaign in this, and to get more campaign from the same guys who made that stuff is super exciting.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of work went into the DLC, and it's still going on. You know.
Whoa. Oh man.
Well, it's kind of an interesting issue when you get to the DLC stuff at this point, because it is, like, for modern console games, the post-release support and the post-release DLC is such an integral part now that clearly it is being accounted for, like, at the beginning of the process. Like, at the beginning, you know, okay, once we finish this main game, we're going to do more stuff.
Yes.
But that does not necessarily mean that
they're holding content.
That we are going to do this, and then the last 15% we're not going to put on the disc because we want that to be the DLC.
I mean, all
that's clear in that case.
All that outrage would only be justifiable if this in any way felt like an incomplete game, which it absolutely does not.
Yeah, that's when you blow the whistle. Is like, your game sucks, and then you have day one DLC. Guess what?
Yeah, I mean,
or especially when it's day one DLC that is on the disc.
Right.
That you're just
right.
buying
That's
the unlock
different.
key.
That's
where,
obviously
like,
that's obviously
you
different.
obviously had this ready in time to go gold to be
right. Very different.
That is a great point, Trucker Jeff.
Very different scenario there.
And it's clearly not that.
Let's see if I level off of this.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh wait.
Oh no!
Man,
Short of
really?
What?
This is
50 points.
this is a UI failure right
50
here.
points.
Boom.
I just want to say that
bar
is
is
full.
full.
That bar is full.
And
But the
suddenly,
numbers don't line up.
I'm
Title
so
MD.
sorry.
Get on it.
This is my fault. I'll patch it
What
right
a
now.
what a shit.
Let me use the iPhone to patch it.
Wait, hang on. Check this out.
Woo!
All right, I'm better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Back on board. Right.
So, just so you know, there's the twiddle is there also to reveal lots of secret messages in the front end.
Sorry, you were saying.
Oh, there's some hidden unitology code and or information hidden in
Flies
there.
around in the background and
Yep.
stuff. Yeah.
If you twiddle the camera, there's always stuff.
Really? Okay.
And more as
Yeah.
as you finish the game. Did I say that?
Yeah, the menu does evolve as you get you record more progress through the campaign, which is kind of neat.
Yep.
Imagine there's a lot of fun tucking things into sneaky little corners.
It's really fun. I like the idea of Easter eggs and just hiding stuff in there. And there are stuff hidden in there if you look hard enough. It's really
Dino,
fun.
are there any areas in the game that you think that when someone's playing through the game, they should really kind of stop and look extra hard at? Not necessarily for Easter egg stuff, but just like graphically impressive areas that the team's really proud of?
Definitely. Every time there's an exterior through the window, there's a lot of attention given to making sure that the environments that you are interiorly are represented outside in the sprawl. It was very much thought out. Like, these things are what you're going to go through. Like, case in point, in the early part of the game, the part that we showed off in the demo, you look out and you see the solar array that you will later on go to. It's all out there.
So you're saying, like, but just as far as the logic of the level designs matching up with what you actually see of the sprawl outside.
Yes.
That's very cool.
There's a lot of like attention.
Because I often wonder about that when I'm playing a game. Is like, how much are they fudging, TARDIS style of this is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside.
TARDIS style or Galileo style in Star Trek terms, right?
Yes, exactly.
Obviously, to make the gameplay make sense, maybe navigationally, it won't be exact.
Yeah.
I won't lie to you. There's some fudging there, but geographically, they make sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. What
And
these
then-
guys need are more tentacles.
Always need more tentacles.
Oh, sweet cheeks.
Oh, I fell apart!
Whoa.
Oh.
There.
Charge it up. Oh, there you go.
Boom! Wow.
Kill streak.
Kill streak.
Yeah.
Keep it going. You got another guy over there.
Calling the jet.
That's right.
Colin
Get the
J.
dogs.
Oh, no, I heard they shoot down the UAVs in this one. So. What is ping? I mean, obviously there's something about it.
We can't say
But
yet.
Is that your slusho?
It's so I've been told.
You
not
know
to
what?
talk about-
Actually, I asked that question the very first time I saw this game.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw a bunch of the Pang posters and was given a very, very cagey non-answer.
the script answer is it's always there, and we can't really talk about it.
Fair enough.
about
It'll
it, huh?
reveal itself.
All right, fine.
I like that little actor's secret. That's not for others to know.
Yep.
Is that part of your method?
Method Act. It's
Method
yeah.
UI.
Method UI.
He lives the UI.
It'll reveal itself one day.
Oh no, I think this is it.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Jump on him!
Get him.
Oh!
Thank you, Gary Whitta.
Got! Still alive. Oh, keep this kill streak going.
You got him.
Oh man,
Good job.
dude, this is crazy. This is my moment.
Necromorphs can't use computers.
Oh, sweet
finally.
cheeks. Oh.
Damn, I think it was a
Oh, man.
I got 9 kills before I died.
Look, like barbecue tri-tip on her ass there.
Yummy.
Which I've had that drink.
Tried it on
dude.
somebody's house?
20 seconds.
I think we got this. Just a hunch.
Was it difficult to realize the UI of the single player in a multiplayer game? I mean, you see the time, in world kind of time countdown stuff, and did it take a long time of kind of iterating on that to where you found something that felt right?
The human side wasn't that tough because we already had like a bunch of references from the first game how we would handle time. Like we had a little basketball game in the first game that had a timer, so we knew how we would handle that. The issue was more, how do we put all these relevant information to multiplayer within the game space without being HUD-y? Like say the those little pointers to the next objective.
Right.
It was tough, because right now we're really breaking our rules. That's a little bit more HUD-y than we have ever had
That
in the
pop-up
game.
right
The
there?
pop-up things.
Yeah.
But these are things that we had to consciously break and still find a way to make sense in the game.
I guess the only other thing you could do is like have a little arrow floating off the rig. That
Yeah.
kinda, like points out the objective or something, but that's not quite as
Not quite as clear.
not quite as direct as like, all right, over there.
Exactly. For something.
Well, it's
that's-
actually really, really reassuring to know because it's one of those things where you could very easily get caught up in the dogma of it. Like the UI must always be this way. It's like, well,
There was a lot of back and forth. I'll have to be honest.
Yeah.
It's like we wanted to make an effective multiplayer, and by doing that, some of the things we believe in the single player had to, be fudged a little.
yep.
That being said, it could have been very easy to just like put those timers on the corner of the screen, and we didn't. We had to just make sure they were like strategically placed where you would want them to be seen in world.
I actually really like that touch on all like the timer and objective stuff.
It almost makes it feel like a sport in a way, having
Yeah.
the scoreboard type stuff up there, and
Whoa.
man.
it's a cool look.
Thank you.
Look out for monsters.
Yeah. Oh, got him.
Brad,
Boom.
Get him.
Got him. Back in the fight. Whoa!
Yeah, the multiplayer was a real challenging UI task for us. Definitely.
What's like? It seems like more so than the single player. Just you're having to convey a lot of information.
Exactly. So obviously the whole leveling up system, the whole leaderboard system, none of that exists in the first game. Nothing of that nature that was like flat in your face, UI,
Right.
putty stuff. But you know, it had to be done, and you know, this is the best approximation of a system for Dead Space that we could do.
This guy up there in the
I
dark.
can't see him.
I'm really proud of where it turned out, or how it turned out.
I need my face.
Those guys ate your face.
I needed that.
Your face.
I needed it.
No more face for you. All right, back in it.
2 minutes, boys. Let's get this done.
Can do this.
Oh wait, we're defending here. Well, we were. Actually, like right now, we're trying to. Stop jumping.
I don't care if you were in the Navy.
Oh! Don't shoot me.
Nasty little buggers.
That guy.
Yeah, those guys that run up walls.
Oh, Brad, I didn't even notice it until just now. I like your new suit.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It's got white.
Yeah, I like that.
Burlesque and such.
A little more contrast.
What is this? The security suit? In the single player?
From the it seems
Is that-
like
is
it
that
looks
what
like
that is?
kind of looks like it.
I assume other suits from the single player will probably start popping up as you level up.
They will.
Probably a safe assumption.
Yep.
Cover your dude.
Do you know if you start getting more armor out of those, stuff like that, or is it just cosmetic?
It's mostly cosmetic, but there's some I think leveling up on the amount of damage you can take.
Okay. Oh,
This the death animation on Isaac when he fights the puker in the single player game is just very well done. That's one of my favorite deaths.
Well, gents, we're starting to wind down
yeah,
here.
It's gonna be our last game.
2 hours have flown
Wow,
by.
has it been 2 hours?
Just almost.
Wow, how crazy is that?
I know. When you're watching horrible, brutal space murder, time flies.
Time flies.
Oh no.
We'll see if Brad can pull it together here in this final round.
Oh no. They're coming.
Oh,
Got it.
They see you.
They are on the way.
They see you rolling. They hating.
oh.
I think what you need is the BFG.
But I agree. Always in order.
I think what you need is to go and turn off wall clipping, and then go find John Carmack's head on a stick.
ID SPISPOPD. It's interesting. There is no BFG equivalent in this game. There's no like final super weapon really. They all have like strengths and weaknesses to the point where you're just like, you pick the 4 that you like,
Yeah.
but there's not one in the last 3 hours that you're just gonna like give up everything else to use.
I think that's something that we were speculating about in the office of the chances of there being a John Carmack style hidden head on a stick somewhere in the game.
Right.
That
Some
is a
Doom
super
2
weapon.
stuff.
Yes, yeah, like at the end of Doom 2.
We win.
Hooray!
We win.
Something
Oh,
happened.
that was the end of the match.
Congratulations, Bradley.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
And
So we're 13-2 on that one.
and we're gonna wind it down now.
All right.
Cool.
Before we do, though,
Are we giving away this other set?
we have another set, another Dead Space 2 prize package to give away. Same as the other one. It's the same stuff. You get the Blu-ray, you get the game, you get the book.
Awesome.
All part of that. And Dino has our next question. Jeff knows the answer, correct,
People
Jeff?
are just like spewing out names of things from the game.
Oh,
Thinking
wow,
that,
fast.
like before the question
This
gets
is a little
asked.
bit more random. And
That's not going to help you with this question.
okay.
Some guy just says ping.
So,
Pen?
what animal did we slaughter and take video and photographs of to put in the front end menu system of the first game? That's a tough one.
So first Dead Space, there's some stuff in the background of the main menu.
Guts and like muscles being pulled apart. And
What is that animal?
What is that animal?
Stern 1 is the winner. Wait, no, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Before I lose it here, I got to scroll back and
an
catch
incredible
it.
upset.
Scroll back and catch it here. Oh, this is really just not set up for this.
No, I know.
I like how you're spinning.
And I apologize for making you do it this way.
I'm going to say Lappa. I think
Lappa?
It's Lappa that wins,
Lappa wins.
I think.
Did they all get the correct answer? Is that the issue?
Scrolling pretty hard.
Yeah.
If scrolling hard, it was hard to, yeah.
But there are definitely
It's not
people.
set up for that.
There are definitely people that know the answer. Because
Cool.
I thought that was super obscure, but
Yeah, there are
Wow.
absolutely people that know the
apparently
answer.
not.
Cool. Yeah.
And the
so
answer is
a lamb.
a lamb.
Yep.
A nice, cute little lamb.
Yep. We did. We
Poor,
So
defenseless,
the story.
fluffy.
Well, it was. You know,
I used to raise lamb and slaughter them all the time, so don't worry about them. Just giving you a hard time.
So what had happened was we needed to make the front end menu, the menu in the first game, a lot creepier, and we couldn't get any more animation and rendering time. And so I talked to Ian, our art director, and I said, you know what? Can you just give me some money to, go to a butcher shop and get an animal and just let us just rend it and chop it up and like pull its guts out on video? And he's like, sure. Get some money from our funds and do it. And so we got it, and then we chopped it up.
So just a camcorder and
Camcorder,
a lamb.
and then like just surgical tools and just chopped it up.
And some gross dudes.
Good
Yep.
practical effects.
That's
it
awesome.
real.
That is a cool little touch.
Yep.
Well, congratulations to both of our winners of our Dead Space 2 prize packages.
Yeah.
We'll be sending those out
Congratulations.
shortly. Again, thank you to EA for furnishing those for us.
Yay.
Dino, thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
and spending some time with us. Good to see you again, and,
Yeah,
and great
definitely.
to hear just about the game and how things are going. And I'm very pleased that things are going so well for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really glad that you guys are practically my neighbors now. Like I'm back in the city. You guys are back in the city. This is really fun.
We
should
will
hang
have
out
to
more.
have you over more often for sure.
Definitely for any random thing. It doesn't have to be about Dead Space. I want to hang out with you guys. You
Yeah.
guys are fun people.
Come on over, Dino.
Yeah.
The door is open.
Thank you so much. This was really fun.
Brad, thanks for manning the sticks. It seemed like
Sure.
you were having a good time with it.
Yeah, the multiplayer is a lot of fun.
You enjoy yourself a little bit of Dead Space
Yeah.
too, so
This game's good.
so that works out. Thanks everyone who played along with us. Thanks to little dancing man there,
Where is
and
he?
then
Oh,
and then also thanks to Tiny Space Black and White Jeff Gerstmann for handling the chat room expertly. I must say, better than an intern.
I would hope.
whoa.
Better than, well, you know what? I'll tell you this. We've had non-interns doing this.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Oh.
Terrible.
That's a shame.
I just kind of, well, I just think everyone underestimates how hard it is
Yeah.
to keep up with the chat.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
That thing scrolls.
It ain't
different,
nothing
yeah.
nice.
I was
Always over
thinking
there.
during while I was manning this chat here,
Yeah.
we should get an intern.
You know what? I was saying that before we started this show to Vinny. I was like, man, we should have an intern.
I went and bought a sandwich myself. I had to go
Oh my
get a
god.
sandwich.
I haven't had someone like
Is that
get
what
lunch for
My
interns
me.
are
car
for?
is filthy.
I want an intern.
Oh, they're great for getting sandwiches.
Sandwiches?
If you need
Oh.
someone to get you a sandwich,
Yeah.
if there's some menial task that you don't want to do, oh my god,
Wow.
you have to get yourself one.
I want one first. Yeah, I like sandwiches.
Yeah, who
And
doesn't?
if you need like extra gory stuff for the menu in another game down the road, rending interns is actually pretty
Yeah.
much just
just gut them out.
Get them out.
They're easy. You can always get more.
And then you don't even need mac and cheese anymore.
That's right. Just actually stir the
Yeah.
intern's guts.
Stir the intern's guts.
All right, before this gets any darker, cutting this off, want to thank, of course, the folks at home for watching, everyone who played with us, Vinny and Drew in the control room, keeping it down. That's it for this week's Thursday Night Throwdown. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Hooray.